My name's Paige Watson, and I have been volunteering with Meals on Wheels for a while, and Tipsy joined me along the way. Didn't you, Tip? She gets treats every time she goes. So I started with Meals on Wheels when my dad was sick and he lived in a different city than I do. It was a way for me to know that he was getting nutritious meals at least once a day, and also that he was being checked on. So that's one thing that Meals on Wheels does, is it's not just about getting people food, but it's about having someone check in on them every day. I used Meals on Wheels before he passed, and then I started doing Meals on Wheels in about 2016. So for our particular Meals on Wheels, it is privately run. You can be someone who's simply having surgery. You just don't have family nearby. You can be 28 years old and have surgery and need meals for 2 weeks, and you can apply. Or you can be, of course, the elderly who need, or you can be a family member of an elderly person who you want to be checked on, whether they eat it or not. I'll deliver to about 12 to 13 people a week. I have at least 3 that I still see out of my 12 that I've had for a long time. I have had some pass, and it's sad, but the families invite me to the funerals, and I just feel like it's a part of who I am. I make sure all the women get flowers on their birthday, and if it's not on their birthday, it's their birthday week. I usually try to do their birthday week. So I make sure they get a special treat that they like and flowers on their birthday. And then for the men, they just like to get a special treat and, flirt with the young girls. They think I'm young. Okay. I have certain clients who aren't even my clients anymore, who I create a bond with, and so I still go and take them out to lunch. Maybe once a month or so. I'll make sure I go and check on them and stuff like that. So I keep doing it because they give back to me just as much as I give to them. The energy that they bring into my day. They love seeing Tipsy, and it gets us out of the house. I actually recently had chemo over the summer, so I had to take a break from doing it. And so it gave me something to get myself out of the house. When I started getting back to my routine and things, it was part of getting me back to my normal life. I think the saddest situation that I've seen is actually kind of most recent. Is my client is not my client anymore. I just went in and noticed that no one was checking on him. Like, he still had Christmas presents that were wrapped on on the couch, and so I sat with him. I cleaned his apartment, went through his food, got rid of all the old food that was out of date, and cleaned his couch so he could have people sit down on his couch and visit with him. It was more inviting to anyone who might come. They might want to stay a little longer. So I just feel like sometimes I think, as much as it's used as a way to check on your family, I feel like some people use it as a way for them not to check on their family. So I find that sad, but I feel like I bring a little joy to their day, and that's all I can do. So this was my way of taking a positive step in my day and stepping outside of myself and putting myself in someone else's shoes. And I feel like it has helped me do that. And I can bring joy to someone's day, and they can bring joy to mine, because I've gotten a lot out of it. And I really didn't know that I was going to get as much out of it as I have. I feel like it's given me just as much as I've given. and I just feel like it's a part of who I am. I make sure all the women get flowers on their birthday, and if it's not on their birthday, it's their birthday week. I usually try to do their birthday week. So I make sure they get a special treat that they like,